I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
This is the short statement being brought to the gates of Buckingham Palace. Fixed to those gates.
Can you put our flowers down here?
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here with some breaking news that I'm sure most of you all have heard by now. But Queen Elizabeth just passed away at the age of 96. Buckingham Palace just released this short statement. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain in Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow, Thursday, 8th September 2022. Now, I was watching this situation unfold over the past few days. I don't really follow up with the royal family much. I mean, I live in America, and I don't really look into that situation much, but I know that her health hasn't been the best lately. And over the past couple of days, it appeared that things were taking a turn for the worst. And then this morning and early last night, when I started seeing reports that a lot of her family members were flying in to be by her side, I kind of had a good idea of what was about to happen. I've dealt with these situations personally. I just lost my grandfather last year. You could kind of see the writing on the wall with some of these things when you've lost ones close to you. So it's a very sad situation for a lot of people. I know that some of my viewers, here in America might not necessarily care about the situation as much, but I do have a lot of UK viewers as well. Shout out to all of you all in the UK and all of you who aren't in America in general, but today's definitely going to be a sad day for a lot of people. I'm starting to see flags just everywhere being flown at half-mast. And I want to give you all a little bit more information as to what happened here. Her family, like I stated, they started gathering late last night, early this morning. Some are still flying in to be by her side or to be there throughout the situation. There's been some confusion for some people as to who is now going to take over, and her eldest son, Charles, is now the king consort. And he actually just released this statement. The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished, sovereign, and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. He said during the period of mourning and change that he and his family would be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held. And it's true. I mean, people all around the world are going to be feeling this today. And I can honestly say, as someone who doesn't really get into all of the royal family stuff, as someone who doesn't really, honestly care about all of that stuff, I even feel emotional as I look through this story. And to be perfectly honest with you all, I'm not someone who really trusts governments. I don't really trust royal families. I mean, they might be lizard people. Just kidding. Or am I? But just kidding. Yeah. But anyway, seriously though, as I was looking around at the response to this, I couldn't help but feel emotional. And for me, it wasn't necessarily the news of her passing that made me emotional. It was the shared reaction of just, countless people around the world. Seeing other people get emotional. Watching these flags be flown at, half-mast. Seeing people get emotional outside of Buckingham Palace. And it hit me emotionally more than I thought it would. It definitely did. So I understand that if it affected me somewhat, someone who isn't invested in this stuff at all, then I can only imagine how much it's affecting people who live over there and who look up to the royal family and things of that nature. I believe that her grandson, Prince William, is also there by her side with his brother, Prince Harry, on the way. So Prince Harry is on the way. I know that there has been, drama within this family for a little while now with Meghan Markle and all of that stuff going on. I'm hoping that this helps put things into perspective for this family. For any family, when someone dies in your family, it's a slap in the face for a lot of people, and it kind of makes you realize, hey, you need to give people their flowers while they're still here. There's no sense in being divided over petty nonsense and just missing out on years in which people could be parts of your life, when it comes to your family. So I'm hoping that this helps ease some of the tension and drama that's going on in this family, although I'm not so sure it will. But then again, I don't have a grasp on everything that's going on in that situation. I'm just someone on the outside looking in that's aware of some of the drama. But like I said, losing a loved one, it helps put things into perspective for a lot of people. I know it's put things into perspective for me on multiple occasions. But overall, it's just, a sad day. But I will say this, when people live long, full lives, it's not as sad to me when they pass away. Yes, there's nothing wrong with mourning the death of Queen Elizabeth, and millions of people will. But there's some peace in knowing that she got to live a full life. She lived to be 96 years old. She was a real life queen. What millions upon millions of little girls and, let's be honest, boys, only can dream of being. The thing of fairy tales. Imagination. Queen Elizabeth lived that in real life. She had a one-of-a-kind life that no one will ever be able to duplicate. People can feel how they want to feel about her. But even though she was the queen, even though you may think that's the easiest lifestyle to live, there's no denying the fact that she went through adversity as well. She went through World War II. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Winston Churchill? I'm trying to think. Sorry, I had to brush up on some of my limited royal family knowledge, but I was correct. Winston Churchill was the first leader and first prime minister that Queen Elizabeth ever worked with. She took the throne in 1952, and he was prime minister from 1951 to 1955. He was also prime minister from 1940 to 1945. But they actually shared a close relationship, maybe one that I would like to talk about in a future video, because I really like Winston Churchill. I really look up to Winston Churchill and his bravery and courage during World War II. I was actually recently asked on a Q&A for my members only videos, who would be one person, living or dead, that I would really like to sit down and have a conversation with. And Winston Churchill is one of those people. But as we all already know, today is going to be a day full of tears, full of memories, and full of mixed emotions for a lot of people. And the reason I say mixed emotions is because there appears to be a good bit of people online who are like applauding the fact that she passed away, and I find that absolutely disgusting. Regardless of how you feel about someone, I never applaud someone's death, even though I made it clear that I don't really trust, these type of people, these powerful people in our world, but I don't applaud their death, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's wrong with those type of people, but let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.